do they actually cover and do what they say they're going to do? Earlier this year, we had our first really big expense, multiple medical bills totaling about $20,000. I was really interested to see how Medishare handled this. This is our biggest kind of test with them. So let's talk about the $20,000 in medical bills we had this year. How do you feel like they did? Because this was the first time I feel like we really put them to the test.
Yes. I've never had an experience, honestly, with a big medical bill, but
with traditional insurance?
With traditional insurance, yes. So this is kind of the first time where it's just like, this is a lot. And I feel like no matter your insurance, there's going to be some back and forth of what's been taken care of, what hasn't, and who you owe what to, just because there's so many pieces. But yeah, I feel like after we met our deductible, we just sent them stuff and we never saw anything else from them, right?
Yeah. No, that's what it was. Because I think that first bill that came in was for $1,500 or something like that, and so we paid that one, and then the next one came in and it was like $14,000 or something, right? Wasn't it? And I'm like, oh man,
I don't remember.
It's like being in the ER for 6 hours adds up really fast, and then a couple more. Like it kept on trickling in. It's like one after another.
Well, yeah, we just got another one a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's just
anybody
who's had like a big medical thing, how this works. It's like they just keep coming. But once so that big one, that $14,000 one, that was the one that put us over the limit for our AHP. And so, we sent it to them. They negotiated it down, and then they paid that chunk, and then left us with, I think, a couple $1,000s. And then, like you said, after that, it's like we've just sent the bills to them, or the provider sent them directly to them, and they're just all getting covered.
Yeah.
And that's fun. And so anyway, all that to say, I feel like it worked.
Other than just like putting the pieces together, there really wasn't much for us to do.
Yeah, in which that's anytime you have a big medical thing like this, regardless of what insurance situation you have, it's like it can get messy, and there's just a lot of pieces. So
no, but also I don't feel like we got any phone calls. I've heard of this happening to some friends who have traditional insurance. They will call them and they'll call the card holders and dispute the charges. Like we had one friend who she ended up giving birth at like 26 weeks. Okay, if you know anything about pregnancy, 26 weeks is way too early. They had twins. One of them almost died. It was a horrible thing for them to just live through. And on top of that, they had their insurance company saying, well, you just didn't want to be pregnant anymore, and doing that kind of thing to them.
Oh my gosh.
While their children are like literally fighting for their lives. And
that's terrible.
It's terrible. Anyway, so because it was a huge medical bill that they just didn't want to pay. There's not been any of that with us. I haven't had anything like that.
That's true.